what we're ultimately getting towards in the truck is that SC31T behind you, but the test mule, the development of that was under a truck you guys called the SC EV1.
Correct.
When you guys were getting going, did you have one already,
So they
or
had
someone in the
purchased,
shop have one?
right. So they had purchased the truck right before I was hired.
Okay,
So they basically pulled it out of a field here in Georgia, Southfield, actually. That's why the company's called Southfield Classics. But it was an original body 1950 Chevrolet truck that sat out in a farmer's field for a while. When I came on, it was basically already torn apart. They had it all tore apart, and they didn't have a direction. Basically, we want to do this, but we don't know which way to go. So that first year that I was hired on, we actually went to SEMA, and my assistant manager was actually out. Basically, we went to look for a battery manufacturer, somebody could supply us with a kit. We had worked with a company previous, or they had worked with a company previous to me getting there, and didn't have anything but troubles. They couldn't deliver on what they had ordered, basically.
ah,
So long story short, we're at SEMA and we meet up with Ampere EV. They actually had a booth at SEMA that year. We got to talking to them. Come to find out, they're 30 minutes down. They're 45 minutes away from where we were at shop here in Georgia.
dang.
We're like, hey, shop, we didn't know you were there. Um, so they provided us with a system that first year for the patina truck. We took the body from that 1950 and wet sanded, left the patina on it, left the rust on it, and we actually put that body on a roaster shop chassis, and then made all of our battery mounts and motor mounts, and basically made it like our test vehicle. Okay, you say, and Ampere EV, just like all of them, they say, okay, you're going to get this amount of horsepower, you're going to get this amount of torque, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and I'm a skeptic. I'm like, yeah, okay, you say that, and it looks good, but let's put it in something and actually make it roll and let's see what we can do. By the time we got it all together, it did exactly what they said it was going to do. It had 300 horsepower, pretty relatively, not to say simple, but making a lot of parts, making everything fit into the truck. But testing wise, it tested out magnificent. I mean, it was crazy. We're still driving it today. We still got it out there. It's got like 5,000, 6,000 miles on it. We take it to the shows all the time. So it's our test mule that we say, okay, let's see how long it'll last before something breaks. And then we go from there.
The next phase of the test.
That's right. That's right.
What are the components in that truck? What do they look like? What do you got?
So it's got a Cascadia Motion IM 225,
Mm,
which actually runs a torque trans torque box, which is 1.9 to 1 ratio, has a drive shaft, has a 4.9 inch rear end, Mustang 2 front suspension. That one's coilover shocks. Like I said, it's on a roaster shop chassis, so it's on a competition chassis. Uh, so the actual Cascadia Motion IM 225 actually fit where the transmission tunnel would go on a normal car. So, like I said, we were able to run a drive shaft with a torque box. I mean, it's got 18-inch tires on it. It's fast. It'll smoke the freaking tires off just about anywhere you take it. So, it's really quick and it's a good truck. It's reliable. We haven't had any issues. Slight little minor things from here, but usually you can get into it and just drive it.
what about fast charging? Do these trucks and cars fast charge?
So every EV system does offer, fast charging. So it comes as part of their initial kit. So when you buy the kit, you have capability of fast charging. So for us on a regular 240, which is like a dryer plug, the standard charger, it takes about 4 hours to charge it. Fast charger, it takes like 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a big jump, big difference, but they're compatible with fast charging. They use Tesla chargers too. So with our trucks, it's pretty much get in it and go. You can use whatever charger. You got a 110 charger if you need to. It'll charge overnight. So pretty much Ampere was really good about making sure that they gave you every option available as far as charging goes. And these trucks, like I said, the patina truck it has a range and it's been range tested with EPA. That's what part of our certification is. You get about 160 miles on the charge. For a show truck, if you're going to take it around to the shows, showing back 160 miles, that's actually pretty well.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
What is the kilowatt hour on the Ampere EV packs?
So they're 42 kilowatt hours. That's on the 3-pack system. We do have an 84 kilowatt hour, which is a 6-pack system, which get 300-mile range on it. It's actually on one of our next iterations. We've got a Suburban, 1950 Suburban that we're doing as our next test mule for the 6-pack setup.
That's pretty decent range for that pack size, though,
Yeah, and
especially with
it's
a truck.
correct. Like I said, the pack size on the trucks, it all fits under the hood. So you got three battery packs, 42 kilowatts that fit under the hood, just like a regular motor. The weight of the vehicle is exactly the same as what it was in 1950. So it's 3,600 pounds. That's what they weighed. That's what they scale out now. So you're really not changing a lot of the vehicle. You're not reinventing the wheel, basically. I mean, you're making a resto mod out of it and you're just putting electric components in it.
So this the Patina truck, that was the first EV that you ever drove that we were
Correct.
talking about earlier when you said it was like on rails.
Correct.
And
It
it's
is.
still fun.
It's still fun, man. So the inside of the truck, because we left it kind of original, it's like driving a 1950 truck. You just have all of the modern amenities. So you look down and you're doing 90, and you're going, man, I shouldn't be doing 90 in a 1950 truck, And it still has. We left basically the cab is the same, so it still has the rattles and all of the old 1950 stuff. So you still feel like you're driving a 1950 truck, but it's quieter and a lot faster.
Do you have cruise control?
It does. That one doesn't have cruise control. The red truck, the new trucks do. Uh,
Very important.
yeah, the the Patina truck, we left off some of those high end features just so that we could test everything.
Yeah.
Uh, but all the new trucks, the SC31Ts, it's got cruise, regen braking, idle creep, so it feels like it's a regular car creeping at the line. So yeah, it's got three different modes. So you got eco mode, normal, and then you've got fast mode, basically.
If someone comes today and is ready to buy, that's what they're going to be getting is that SC31T.
Yep. Unless they request a patina truck, we're only going to do probably a couple of those patinas a year, and it's going to be special request or limited edition.
Okay.
The only thing that they'll be all new except for the body. With the SC31Ts, they're all brand new. Basically, with those, you can come in, you can say, hey, I want that truck. You get to pick your color, you get to pick your interior, you get to pick your tire and wheel package, you get to pick your wood floor color. You basically can build your resto mod truck. It's just going to have electric components.
Are there any electrical components that are different between the test patina truck and the production 31T?
Not a lot. We have changed our heads up display unit, or it's called a GUI for us. It's more modern. The original patina truck, and we've hidden a lot of the components. So under the hood of the SC31Ts, it's pretty clean. All you basically see is the battery box, and it's nice and dressed out, painted and all that. On the patina truck, the original truck, we had the components under the hood, so that Ampere EV, so you could actually see their system. For a little while there, they used it as their advertisement. Basically, this is our system in this truck, and you could be able to see it. But a lot of that now we've hidden away.
Where does the bigger battery pack factor in? Is that something that is going to be an option down the road?
Correct. So that's an option because it's going to be for 2026.
Okay.
The bigger battery pack, we've designed our own, basically a skateboard platform for Ampere EV system, and we use the Cascadia. So these trucks with the bigger battery pack setup, the 84 kilowatt system, it'll actually have a rear drive motor in the back of it. So we've actually made a truck where the motor goes underneath the bed, so you still have a full size bed. We didn't have to tub it or do anything like that. Change the height of the bed. Those trucks are fully air ride, so they have air ride all the way around. A skateboard platform, so you got three battery packs that are under the cab, and then the other three that stay under the hood. So
In your opinion, does this count as a hot rod still?
yeah, it's a hot rod, man. It's how
Absolutely.
fast, yeah, how far can you go and how fast can you get there? So that's still hot rodding. No matter what motor's in it, that's what all hot rodders will say. Is like, look, how fast will it go? It looks great, looks like a street rod, looks like a custom car. How far? That's the number one question is how far will it go? And
Yeah.
then, of course, how fast?
How fast?
That's right.
Do you guys have pricing information on this stuff on your website, or is there too many variables with all of the customization that you have that you really need to kind of get into what the build looks like first?
Correct. So we have a baseline price that we go off of. So our base truck, and then basically it goes up from there. Some of the components are standard components. Basically, on a standard truck, you can pick your interior color, you can pick your exterior color, and your tire and wheel size. So they're customizable, but we still kind of keep that price range in the same sort of area between the trucks. Now the six pack, the bigger 84 kilowatt system, it's going to be a little bit more than the 42 kilowatt system for sure.
Oh yeah,
But not, I mean, you're looking about 10 or $15,000 more for the more kilowatt hours. So
that's not bad.
no.
Not bad
And
at all.
what we've just understood is that so to build a nice high-end resto mod car, we're right in line with the pricing of that. So if you were going to take your Chevelle to Bubba's garage down the road, and he's going to build you a resto mod with an LS and all the fancy bells and whistles and all the stuff that are going to make it reliable, then you're going to spend around the same amount of money as what you're going to buy one of our trucks for. The good thing about us is we're having about a 6 month turnaround. So if you come drop a deposit, 6 months, you can pick your truck up and it'll be completed, and you'll be able to drive it wherever you want to go.
I think that's a really important part of this EV story right now that doesn't get talked about as much as it deserves, is that people talk about the price differentials, but if you're looking for a performance car or you're looking for a full resto mod, that's not something that's rolling off the line that you're buying at a dealership. There's already a premium there. And then it actually starts to balance out pretty closely. And maybe the EVs, you're benefiting from that lower maintenance and the less headaches.
Correct. And like with the GT40s, that's a high-end car anyway. I mean, who's going to be able to go out and buy an original GT40, $1 million, million and a half for an original GT40? What we're offering is basically a replica GT40 that you can get in and drive everywhere for a third of that price, right? And it's reliable. And all you basically have to do is get in, drive it, and plug it up. So that's kind of how you weigh the pros and cons. Yeah, it'd be great to have that original GT40. I'd love to have one, but I don't have 1.5 million to drop for one.
And if you did, would you want to drive it?
Yeah, you would. I mean, it would be so hard for me to drive a car of that value. Yeah, because the fear of driving it,
Yeah.
I'm sure where you're at, the local traffic, it's not a car that you would take out on the street in local traffic. With our electric GTs, basically you get in it, you can drive it anywhere, and you can show it off anywhere. So it's all good.